Что я делаю? А. Ну, игра вылетела. Вы все знаете, понимаю. Обожаю эту игру. Не понимаю, из-за чего она может начинать вылетать. То есть, что я делал не так все эти несколько тысяч заходов. Потому что 8 часов играл в первый раз спокойно. Ничего не вылетало. Ничего не вылетало. Кто из вас Паркер? Встань. Расскажи об исчезновениях.
I haven't seen any signs of violence or heard about any feuds. They just up and left. I remember hearing some of the missing folks were doing business with Dermot and St. James, a couple of scavengers from Westside.
Ну?
Have you found out what happened to those missing refugees?
За этим стоял Сент-Джеймс и Дермонт. Они уже мертвы.
How do you know? Did you find proof?
В их комнатах нашлись эти предметы, а вместо того, чтобы отвечать на мои вопросы, эти двое напали на меня.
Oh, sick bastards. Can't say I'll shed any tears for them. Here, you've earned this.
5 out of 5. Ты кто? Да не ты.
Huh? Thanks for all your help earlier.
А все. Я не знаю, правда, кто это такой. Ну ладно. Что у нас дальше по заданиям? Так, это Део сиськи. Сиськи. Защитить Кэс нет. Вообще не помню, кто такая Глория. Хотя, знаете, пойдемте к Кэс. Так подумал, знаете, немножко. Будет куда приятней поговорить с ней. Чё ты туда-сюда тубишь? Иди. Хей. Почему меня не показывает, какое у меня отношение к религиона? А, вот теперь пока, окей, вдруг. Следующий. Любовь. Благородный бандит. Кумир. Презренный. Любимец кумир. Так, а где твой выпивончик? Меня прислал красный караван, они хотят купить твой караван.
Don't they know it's burned to ash? No. Even times being what they are. Not sure I'm looking to sell. Even for all the whiskey in Reno.
Погоди, что случилось с твоим караваном?
Mojave happened. Hit by raiders packing some heavy firepower. Can't believe the Crimson Caravan haven't heard. So if you want to buy all of Cassidy Caravans, you're looking at it. And what I got in my pockets. Still, as little as that is, not looking to sell.
То есть, даже если у тебя ничего нет, все равно не продашь?
If someone came up to you and offered you 1,000 caps for your name, would you take it? Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to hear your answer anyway. Point is, I made the caravan what it is. It's mine.
У меня тут письмо с предложением очень неплохим.
Alice McLafferty, eh? No, I see the zeros, and I know she's good for them. Still, it's not about the money. Dad'd spin like a twister if he ever heard I sold our name for anything.
Ты уверена?
Look, I know you came all this way, and that takes some drive, especially these days. Just doesn't feel right. Trading history for a slip of paper.
Если ты уж создала караван, только ты имеешь право его прикончить.
What did you just say to me? 'cause you sure as hell got my attention now.
Может, я и честный человек, но хотя бы гордыня меня не ослепляет.
That's fair. But there's been that voice inside me saying the same thing, and whiskey wasn't killing it. Give me that paper. I'll put my name to it. No sense trying to hold the past between your fingers when it's nothing but dirt. All right. There you go. Caravan's yours. Feel kind of relieved, actually. Guess I didn't realize how much I was carrying around with just the name.
Что собираешься делать теперь?
No idea. Maybe head back west? Though the idea of heading back there with my tail between my legs isn't appealing.
А пошли со мной.
You got one too many by my count.
Ой, боже мой.
What's up?
Нам надо расстаться.
Oh, I thought my charm could win you over, but I guess it was.
Да.
I'll head back to the old Mormon.
You come around like a bad habit.
Что собираешься делать теперь?
No idea.
А пошли со мной.
Go with you? And why the hell would I do that?
Если останешься здесь, ты точно будешь знать, как пройдет твоя жизнь день за днем.
So fighting boredom is your argument, huh? Walking the Mojave with you can't be any worse than here, that's for sure. All right, I'm in.
И вроде бы нравится, что вся банда, ну окей, это все. Всяк-то есть. Бокс. У меня вроде что-то было выпить.
Hello.
Staying low. Caravan of two now.
А я от бодрости закончил. Пришла боль. Ну давай выпьем еще. Поговорим.
Well, now that I'm free of the outpost, was wondering if you'd mind making a detour. I'd like to pay my respects to the end of Cassidy caravans.
Ты знаешь, что там кто-то есть какой-то остатки каравана? Где его уничтожили?
Upside of Vegas, here tell. Trapped at the Mojave outpost, so I wasn't able to run there when I heard. Been weeks since it was hit, so the site's probably a Cazador nest by now.
Как ты об этом узнала?
Got word back on what happened from Rangers. Guess they found enough in the wreckage to identify it.
Думаешь, там что-то осталось?
Only wishful thinking on my part, most likely. At the least, I'd like to pay my respects. I got them into this mess. I owe them that much.
Ладно.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Some of the caravan might be ash, but we were expecting raiders and over-inquisitive NCR border guards. There might be something left. If I'm there with you, shouldn't be hard to spot. And I'd prefer to see the bodies with my own eyes.
У меня есть вопрос. Откуда у тебя кулон?
Gift for my dad, along with my name. Rose of Sharon Cassidy. Mom said he got the name out of some old world book about dirt pilgrims. Name sure sounds sweet, though. Anyway, pendant's a little rose. Originally thought it was one of Mom's tribal necklaces, but no. Came from Dad.
Твоя мать была из племени?
You know, like one of the tribes from the east. We got them out west, too. NCR's herding them up, though, domesticating them. Mom was from east of the Colorado, though. Not sure what tribe. Was before the time Caesar rounded them up, made them legion. She walked a hell of a way until she crossed paths with my dad, and he convinced her to stop walking. And lucky for me, he was a horny old bastard.
Интересная точка зрения.
Didn't ask Mom to elaborate. Never heard her complain about his bedroom behavior. Only complain he wasn't around to do it no more.
Расскажи об отце.
Not much to tell. He ended up walking east one day when I was young and never came back. Not a family deserter like some, though. Mom died waiting for him, and she had me to raise. She was sick, but she held off dying until I was old enough to be getting into trouble with the boys. As for Dad, I figure he just got himself lost or dead. Happens. And I'm not all boo-hoo about it, so save your glass for someone who's crying.
Зачем он отправился на восток?
Not a clue. When he left, I was too in my crib to understand why, and around the time Mom passed, I was too into my teens to listen. Got his name, got this pendant, and that's about it.
Где ты выучилась стрелять?
Short of caps is what taught me mostly. Ammo's expensive, so I learned to make every shot count. And here tell my dad was a crack shot, so I don't want to dirty the family name. Not out of pride. Respect.
А где ты с динамитом выучилась?
Dynamite's for when you don't have enough bullets, want to clear a pass or scare off geckos from a caravan. Some of Twister's out of the divide can block off a pass in no time, so you learn how to handle powder so you don't get trapped somewhere. Any event, I prefer shooting if it comes down to an argument. Don't worry, I'll carry my weight if a disagreement arises.
Каким другим оружием владеешь?
What, you mean like spears? No, none of that. Mom was a tribal, but she didn't teach me anything like that.
Окей, и у меня еще вопрос. Ты хоть драться умеешь?
I'm fair with checking dynamite, not bad with a pistol, if I do say so myself. Carry a knife too, but that's more for practical reasons. Prefer settling things with my fists though. Made more friends than corpses in bar fights. Plan on keeping it that way. Don't think I'm some kind of Vault City pacifist though. If things get heated, I'll start shooting. Trust me.
Еще? Виски твой любимый напиток?
Not sure if I chose it or it chose me. Dad ran a bar a long time ago and it was a labor of love, Mom said. Didn't sound like it made her happy. Still, I'm guessing I got some of Dad's love of whiskey in me because the burn suits me fine. Used to call me Whiskey Rose back west, before I punched enough people, so now they say it. But quiet, and when I'm not around.
Виски Роза?
Yeah, on account of my name. And the blossoms on my cheeks when I drink too much. Won most of those fights, too. Can take a hell of a punch and give it right back when I've got a bottle in me. It's all in how you drink it, though. There's a trick to it. When we pass the bottle, I'll show you how it's done.
Куда ты обычно ходишь выпить?
There's usually a bar in every stop along the road. Helps me sleep. Well, not really, but I tell myself that. Sometimes I have to brew it myself if I'm too far from a bar. Not quality, but I'm for anything that takes the edge off the day.
Погоди, ты умеешь гнать самогон?
Yeah. What else you gonna do with an empty bottle? Wait for it to refill itself? Get me some ingredients out of the Mojave, an empty bottle, a little time, and I'll keep us stocked.
Так, мои два мутафрукта, дрожжи и ядерная батарея, может, в следующий раз.
All right then. Never thought I'd pass the Vegas wall.
Как ты начала водить караваны?
Started? Took to it like a fish to water. Well, if you know what a fish is.
Я в курсе, а ты знаешь, что такое рыба?
Well, of course I do. It's this slimy, scaled thing. Like a lake lurk, except no legs. Well, most times. They're like birds, except they stay underwater. Anyway, I've seen pictures. One guy even had one above his bar in Reading, except it was made of pre-war plastic.
Настоящий бы вонял.
Sing, but I figured he was on a jet rush.
То есть ты просишь тебя пошля с караваном?
Actually, it sort of fell on me. My feet get antsy if I stay in one place, like the Mojave outpost. It was driving me crazy, that feeling of being trapped there. So, thanks for that.
То есть ты много путешествовал?
Yeah. West, east, and passed through places enough times people would sometimes pay me some caps to take something to the next town.
То есть ты была курьером?
Well, not as glamorous, I guess. Roads back west were safer in most places. Most. Anyway, occurred to me I could scratch the traveling itch and get paid for it. Cassidy caravans formed around me. Rest is history.
У меня еще есть вопрос. И каково жить караванщиками?
Well, I'm not one for soft living or soft men, let me tell you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. on both counts.
Не скажу, что мне понятен твой ответ.
The caravan fighting here in the Mojave, it's been downright brutal. The amount of caravan space you reserve for ammo alone. And if it's not raiders, powder gangers, it's NCR tolls. They need to get the money from somewhere, even if it's Vegas bound.
В основном ты ведешь дело с НКР?
Anyone wise does. Vegas families pay on time, from what I've heard. Even the Omertas. The White Gloves pay on time, but they're creepy. Deal with anyone else, though, you're taking a big risk.
Что насчет Цезаря?
The Legion? What about them? I don't trade caps or supply anyone who keeps slaves and treats women like Brahmin in those camps of theirs.
Они вообще имеют дело с караванами?
There's some caravans that deal with the Legion, yes. And as much as it pains me to say it, any caravan marked by the Legion is safe as houses. They guard their roads, their supply lines. Even fiends would hesitate before going after any trader dealing with Legion.
И это тебя раздражает?
I am. If NCR took the same stand and committed patrols to the roads, then I'd think that'd solve a lot of their problems right there. But they don't. Caravans get butchered in the Mojave all the time, like mine. And so fucking close to Vegas, you could see it from the wall.
Но ведь должно что-то хорошее быть в республике.
NCR tries. It's just that trying doesn't mean a whole lot when you're paying your respects to the dead. And Legion, from what I've heard, they don't do the stop tolls on the roads or in the outposts like some NCR quartermasters do. You're lucky if you turn a profit sometimes if some new officer gets assigned a route, the fees just get worse.
Есть ли другие различия между Легионом и НКР?
Much as I hate the Legion, caravan life would be a hell of a lot easier if they ran the roads. Well, as long as those companies were run by men, and that's the biggest issue I see. And it's a shame, but I think there's people on the NCR side who feel more strongly than I do.
Ты о чем?
Some caravans deal with the Legion now because the security. If towns could get the same protection, a lot more tempting than you'd think. A bunch of people would be willing to side with the Legion to not have to worry about fiends and boomers and powder ganger attacks. It's not hard for some folks to sell freedom when the alternative is worse. Especially if being with NCR is going to get you on a Legion cross.
Еще вопросы. Что ты знаешь? Что ты думаешь об НКР?
NCR is my country, and I support it. Anyone who says otherwise, I'll feed them my knee. I know which side of the firing line I'm on in the Mojave. Just so you know.
Ну то из-за Легиона тебе в сущности никто не будет помогать. Кроме Лили. Тут ощущается некое «но».
Yeah, there is. I'm not some blind, flag-saluting, do-as-they-will NCR lover. They're family. But let me tell you what family means. You ever had a brother? Some dumbass younger brother, say, who knocked up the pastor's daughter, can't hold a job, and his home away is a jail cell? That's NCR. Their compass is spinning all the time.
Они не могут выдержать одно направление?
They try to put their stake in everything they see. Nobody's dick's that long. Not even Long Dick Johnson, and he had a fucking long dick. Thus the name.
Вернемся. Да, это мне понятно, спасибо.
So NCR tries to hold on to everything. They can't, because it's too big for them to get their arms around. They can't guard the roads. They can't put a line of troops around the Mojave. It's just greed that makes the heads back west even try.
А Мохаве страдает.
Aside from the people in the towns, it's the soldiers that suffer for it most. Ever seen NCR troops asked to go after gangs at 3-to-1 odds? That bear flag doesn't make them bulletproof. And when those gangs were caused by NCR in the first place, like the powder gangers, Caesar on a crutch. Don't get me started there.
И кто же сможет спасти Мохаве?
Look, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want the Brotherhood, or the Followers, or the Vegas families running the Mojave. All of them are a different kind of fuck-up. NCR just has some shaping up to do. Maybe Caesar kicking them in the nuts is a nice wake-up call, is all I'm saying. I just wish Caesar would kick the heads of NCR, not the feet. I've fucked a soldier in my time. They don't need to get fucked by their orders.
У меня есть еще вопрос. Что ты знаешь о Нью-Вегасе?
Much as anyone else. Cazador trap. You fly in, the city sucks a pint out of you, then you're out on the street. NCR makes a habit of going there and dumping cash. Only the strip gets fat off it. Couldn't tell you much more than that. Not really one for New Vegas when there's enough dump water bars in the Mojave to last me.
И люди поразговорчивы. У меня есть вопрос. Так. Ты что, знаешь о мистере Хаусе?
Not much. And I haven't had occasion to look for anything more than that. I've heard what most people know. He's said to run New Vegas. He runs the robots. But, well, no one's really seen him. So if he wants to see you, well, that's a rare thing I wouldn't turn down. I'd ask him some hard questions if I were you.
То есть она знает, что меня как бы... Окей. Пойдем дальше.
Hello.
Так я там был, там мертвяки, а рядом есть домик. И там караванчик. Он таки живой. Ну, то есть только бромин есть, честно говоря. О мой бог, ломка.
God, there's almost nothing left. Looks like whoever it was just in the mood for killing. Most of the cargo's ash, too. Not burned, looks like disintegrated. When I heard the reports, I assumed ash meant burned. So close to the Vegas wall, too. Don't that beat all? Must have happened during the day, though. They hadn't made a camp.
Почему не напали среди бела дня?
No idea. Maybe catch the sun in their eyes? Maybe they wanted the caravan to come to them. Walk into an ambush. We should check the wagon. They may not have got everything. Whatever we find, it's yours. Least I can do for hoofing it all this way with me.
The Kaisar has marked you for death, and the Legion of...
Как вы заебашили-то уже, а? Рука, не надо. Я знаю, что ты хочешь, не надо. Не стирай меня. Нормально, Кэс выпилилась. Ну и я выпалил. Можно не бегать, сука, воротливая. Я не вижу его. Кэс, вставай. Вставай, Кэс. Так, подожди, у меня чё? Ковбой. А почему вы говно? О, понятно. Вот. Что? Понятно. Или непонятно? Так.
God.
А, 9. Ага, вижу их. чё ты по мне палишь, дебил? Ну посмотри, нечаянно попадает. Ну, игра. Так, вот все.
You know what? What happened in my caravan? Not the first time I've heard about an attack like that. One of our caravans got hit a few months back, and the caravan been burned too, along with the cargo. I wonder if he made the same mistake, and that other caravan got hit with energy weapons too.
Прошли.
All right then, let's move out.
Тут здание где-то было, и тут прятали бреминов. Довольно-таки живых. Я не помню где. Ой, да нахер. Пум. Пиу. Пиу. Ну.
Can't tell you how glad I am you butchered the fiends.
Хватит разговоров. Окей. Тебе пофиг. Окей. Да, карта мира. Крэвен Гриффина. Ты очень плоха. И?
More energy weapons hit this caravan. Place has been picked clean. This is Brotherhood level murder here. But they don't do things like that. This was done with a purpose. Let's poke around a bit, see what we can find. Might be something in the wreckage. What's that? Looks like a map. Got the route along the west of Vegas, and they've marked another spot. Over here along this stretch. That's fucked
Это тут
up.
склад, да?
Middle of nowhere.
Пошли. А, Кравандан. Окей.
Another caravan burned. Except someone made camp here. And I never heard about this attack. Let's look around. Something stinks.
Нет, вот это тебе не нравится? Вот. Вот.
That does it. That's all I need to know. Crimson Caravan and the Van Graffs. They were behind burning these caravans, and they've got to answer for them. I'm gonna get some extra ammo, a few bottles of whiskey, and then show them how Cassidy's settle accounts.
Есть другой путь. Раздобытие доказательств, пусть ими займется НКР.
NCR? Are you out of your fucking mind? That'd take years. And with the war with the Legion, no way they're gonna waste time running up the Crimson Caravan or the Van Graffs.
Ван Графу будет нанесен более существенный урон, и об этом узнают на Западе.
All right. If you poke around the Van Graffs and Alice, fine. But if I see either one go into their camp, I'm gonna start shooting, no matter what you find.
Ладно. Это же не точно? Пожалуйста. Ну, то есть, мне надо разведать, папа. Ты дура, что ли? Потихонечку.
You find any evidence yet? I'm not gonna wait
Тыщ.
forever.
Пока рано.
I held off on filling them full of
Успокойся. Успокойся. Спокойнее. Будем разведывать все. Мы же не дикари, так? Ты сама придираешь чертей. И так далее.
Welcome back.
Караваны Кэссиди выкуплены, теперь входят в состав компании Красный Караван.
Very good. On occasion, it's proven to be more profitable in the long run to simply buy out the competition. And this is one of those occasions.
У тебя еще есть для меня работа?
Something has actually come up. A prospector recently came through here and spent a lot of caps on supplies. Closer inspection of these caps has revealed them to be brand new. This is a problem. The most likely source of these new caps is the old sarsaparilla bottling plant. Go there, locate the bottle cap press, and disable it. Welcome back.
Трудовой договор обычное дело для Красного Каравана?
Most merchant companies, successful merchant companies rather, have them. It can be inconvenient to replace employees on short notice. The contracts keep employees around for a specific duration of time, after which they get paid. After their upkeep and expenses are deducted, of course.
Что за расходы на содержание?
Food, water, living quarters, medicine and clothes, just the basic stuff. It all comes out of the company's coffers.
Такие договоры законны?
Yes, and they have been for decades now.
Похоже, компания все равно остается в выигрыше.
That's because we are. We always pay up when the contract ends, though. Won't stay in business long.
Спасибо.
You find any evidence yet?
Вот доказать. Без второй стороны это не улик.
So there's just one more safe to crack? Hope you can get to it. Say what you will about the two leading ladies. They watch their lockers like crows. Still.
Ты можешь как бы не перед ней это делать?
Might not be impossible. If you get both, then let's talk. And I appreciate you putting yourself at
Если
risk.
бы мне не доставало, я бы еще более тебе признателен был. Поговорим, пойдем дальше. Ничего не знаю. Сейчас прессинг. Так успокойся. Не надо меня бесить. Странно, я нашел вроде бы жилищем фальшивого крышечника. Так тут звучит. Но... Ну ладно. Где он? А, точно. Сейчас. Нет, не точно. Так, я что-то не понимаю. А, все, понял. Вытащить. Шанч повыла. Шанч повыла. Боже. Смотришь сообщение. Так это было. Я же так понимаю, мне потом нельзя будет задавать задание, так что я лучше деньги получу. Только не стреляй. Окей, на. Больше не проблема.
I'm sure you were thorough. Here's your payment for a job well done.
Окей. Я хочу узнать про крышечную денежную систему. Почему крышечный пресс такая проблема для тебя?
People have been counterfeiting bottle caps forever, but it's always been small scale. A bottle cap press is a whole other threat. We can't have anyone devaluing our currency by mass producing new bottle caps.
А новые крышки вообще штампуют?
Certainly. Bottle caps do wear out or get damaged. Some people even insist on using bottle caps in explosive devices for some reason. We make it a point to scour pre-war bottling plants and recover or disable the bottle cap presses. Seems we missed one.
Как понять, что крышка подлинная?
Lots of little things. The paint on the label, the machining. I know there's counterfeit caps floating around, of course.
Быстро. Пойдемте в анграф. Ты же хочешь их унизить. Зачем их убивать? Унижение — это самое лучшее. И все такое. Типа, о. Не приду. Они падлы. Ничего не продают хорошего. Окей, меня пропустили с оружием. Это странно.
Welcome back.
Пакет доставлен.
And don't leave me in suspense. What was their reaction?
Он сказал, что скоро свяжется.
Good. Good. Here's your payment. If you'll excuse me, I have some thinking to do. Oh, Jean-Baptiste was talking about a matter earlier that he needs help with. I volunteered you. See him for the details.
I talked to about working. Ah, just the person I was looking for. Your name came up in a discussion we had recently. My sister is very impressed with you so far, but I'm not. I don't think you have what it takes to work for this family. Luckily for you, I'm going to give you a chance to prove me wrong. What do you say? Want to make some real money?
Да.
All right then. If we're going to work together, there's only one thing you need to know about me. I like things simple. Recently, Glory negotiated a deal between us and a big-time player. We're talking more caps than you'd probably see in a lifetime. Your part in this is simple. To finalize this deal, I need to tie up a loose end. To do that, there's a girl I need you to find.
Кто эта девушка?
Her name is Rose of Sharon Cassidy. But this girl and I, we need to have a discussion.
О чем ты с ней хочешь поговорить?
If your answer isn't yes, I'll bring her here, or no, I won't.
Я не
You
возьмусь.
already agreed to take the job, asshole. Find her, bring her back here so we can talk.
You got a problem?
Понятно.
You find any evidence yet?
Вот обе части улики.
No shit. There it is. The blood, the motive, as clear as day. They must have penned these with snake venom. But we got it. Now what? Sure, this damns them, but only if someone listens.
У тебя в НК есть кому ты доверяешь?
Well, Jackson and the Mojave outpost could get it to the folks in the west. I wouldn't trust anyone closer to the Colorado. And the Crimson Caravan and the Van Graffs have their heart back west. Not sure it'll do any good, though.
Если он не послушает, тогда можно будет сбить и по-твоему.
All right, let's do it. Listen to what he has to say.
А можно и сдать, и потом убить нахер.
Hello.
Так, обходим его, обходим его. Как ты далеко бегать заставляешь? Не знаю, кто еще так заставлял бегать. Рекс? Ну? Maybe.
Hello?
Appreciate the help.
У меня есть доказательства заговора караванов.
What is it? Let me see. All right, this explains a lot of the lost caravans. I thought it was Legion work, but
Ты проследишь, чтобы это попало в нужные руки?
I can, if you make me a promise. I need you to swear you won't take revenge on Gloria or Alice. If you do, then your case is over, and we can't see that justice is done. I know some things are hard to let go, but you and Miss Cassidy need to understand that. Hear me?
Если тебе пообещать, что не попадут куда надо.
I can promise that. What happens after? Not even God himself could move the Congress in or out of session. And this is a tricky matter. God, what a mess. People turning against each other when the Mojave's at risk of falling. If the Republic's sinkhole progress doesn't kill us, greed will. Thanks for bringing me this. I know revenge must have been tempting. For what it's worth, I appreciate you didn't shed any more blood. We need to save our strength for the Legion.
Мне показалось, так будет правильнее.
I'll do what I can. And those folks that got killed need to be answered for.
Well, that's settled, I suppose.
Почтить память мертвых новыми смертями — это не выход.
No, I know. Just hard to say how I feel right now. Wait, that's not true. I think the NCR back west, when riled, is going to be the worst enemy the Van Graffs and the Crimson Caravan ever had. They're all so mired in procedure and paper out there. The kind of evidence we gave is going to be worse than shooting them.
Я же говорил. Человек-паук, первый фильм, прям все правильно сказал. Надо бить в самое сердце. Холодное сердце, да уж и постоянно. Окей. Она все равно туда. Жан-Батист из Фрисайда хотела. Нет. Подожди. Я сохранюсь. Я не знаю, к чему это приведет.